Alright, YouTube. Whoa. What's up with the fucking mask? I felt like being a little different today, and different I shall be. Now, this is a little early, I know. But I'm going to give you the 2013-2014 NFL predictions. What I think all 32 teams' records will be in the regular season. No, not playoffs. This is just regular season only. So let's get started in the AFC. With the New England Patriots, they were 12-4 this season. Next season, I predict them to do the same. Exactly, 12-4. They own that division. They have for years. Let's be honest. There's nobody else in that division right now that's worth the shit. However, I like the Miami Dolphins. I think are on the rise with Ryan Tannehill. I truly believe that. New York Jets ain't shit. Buffalo Bills, they haven't been shit in 20 years. The New England Patriots, though, are just too powerful right now for the Miami Dolphins to handle. And honestly, I believe the Miami Dolphins are the only ones next year that have a chance to compete and win New England. Other than that, the other two teams are garbage. But 12-4 is what I like them to be. Miami Dolphins were 7-9 this year. They were young. That was to be expected. But I'd like them to be 10-6 next year and be second in that division and get a wild card spot. I really do. I think Ryan Tannehill's got a year under his belt now. He's going to be better. And I believe that Dolphins team, Dolphins are underrated. That's just me. I mean, the 7-9 record doesn't say everything the Dolphins are all about. But I'd like them to go 10-6, get a wild card spot. New York Jets 6-10, please 7-9 at best. Jets ain't shit no more. Their defense sucks, their quarterback sucks, and their fucking coach. Why does everybody have a hard-on towards Rex Ryan? Why does everybody think he's so great? He's fucking horrible. Please, and he's got the fucking biggest mouth I've ever seen. Fucking cocky son of a bitch. I hate people who are cocky. I just hate it. Maybe I'm being cocky right now, but still, I just don't like him. He may be a good guy, but as a coach, I just don't like him. 7-9 at best. Buffalo Bills 6-10. They'll be 5-11 next year. What else is new? Buffalo Bills suck, people. They have for years. I don't see nothing different next year. 5-11 at best. Baltimore. Now this is a tricky division right now. Baltimore Ravens were 10-6 this year and in the Super Bowl. However, that being said, Ray Lewis is retiring. I really think that's going to take a major impact on the Ravens. I really do. I'll keep the Ravens at 8-8. I think that's the best they'll be next year. I think it's going to take a couple years for that Ravens team to rebuild. The defense is old. I'm sorry. Joe Flacco is a good quarterback. He is. He's decent. He's good enough to get him by, but I just don't see him step up in a big game. Although this year he's proved me wrong, but before this year he didn't show me nothing. So 8-8 because the Ravens' offense is still viable, but the defense is old. It's slow. Ray Lewis is going to be gone. I just think that's going to take a major impact. Call me crazy, but I just don't see the Ravens doing nothing next year. Cincinnati Bengals 10-6. I like them to actually win that division. I know people say I'm a Bengals fan. I'm going to pick. No, seriously. Cincinnati is young, the youngest team probably in that division right now, and they're strong. Their defense is incredible. It's fast. It's strong. The problem is Cincinnati's offense is pathetic. I mean, I've said that all season long. 10-6 simply because of that defense, but that offense doesn't get any better, we ain't going nowhere. Honestly. Defense is right there. Do the offense, I mean, please. Andy Dalton's going to have to show me he can win in the playoffs and not struggle. But anyways, I like the Bengals go 10-6 and actually take control of that division. I mean, the Ravens and Steelers, they're old. They're viable, but they're old. Pittsburgh Steelers 8-8. Now they'll go 9-7 and possibly get a wild card spot. Pittsburgh Steelers people are not a Super Bowl team anymore. I just don't believe that. Without Roethlisberger, the Steelers would be nothing right now. Defense is still a factor. It's still good, but it's just older and slower. But I'll keep the Steelers at 9-7 because let's face the facts, they rebound quickly. They always do. But they're just not a Super Bowl team right now. I don't believe that. 9-7. Cleveland Browns 5-11 this year, 4-12 next year. Browns suck. I mean, the Browns are literally the laughing stock of the NFL. They're horrible. You guys draft a fucking 30-year-old rookie quarterback. What do you expect? I mean, seriously. Whatever. Browns 4-12 at best. Houston Texans 12-4. Even though I don't believe in the Houston Texans, and we've seen what has happened to them in a big time when they have time to shine, they fail. And I know they've had the privilege of playing the Bengals last fucking 2 years, okay? Big fucking deal. We've seen what happens when they have to face the Patriots or an actually decent team. They fall apart. So I'm not a believer in that, but they will go 10-6 next year for sure because of that offense. Their offense is good. Defense ain't as good as it used to be, but their offense makes up for it. So 10-6. Indianapolis Colts 11-5. Next season 11-5 as well. The Indianapolis Colts are young. They're underrated. I believe the Colts will win that division next year. I truly believe that. So 11-5. Tennessee Titans 7-9. Who cares? Does Tennessee even play football anymore? 7-9 at best. Jacksonville Jaguars 2-14. Had the worst record in franchise history. They won't be that bad next season, but they're going to be 6-10 next year at best. If Tim Tebow goes to that team, it's going to make them a viable team. It really will. Tim Tebow, in my opinion, never got a fair shot in this league. Nobody, that's just my opinion. But I think if he actually plays a starter and gets a lot of experience, I think he can be good. However, that being said, Jaguars as an organization just suck. So, 6-10 at best. It's going to take them a few years to rebound. Denver Broncos 13-3, 11-5. Look, Peyton Manning sucks in the playoffs. I mean, he's a great quarterback. One of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen, but for some reason when he gets to the playoffs, he falls apart. I don't know why. But 11-5, Peyton Manning coming to that organization makes them 6-7 wins better automatically. But 11-5, Peyton Manning's getting old. He may have 1 or 2 years left in him, and that's it. Broncos be 11-5. They will win the division, but they'll be 11-5. San Diego Chargers 7-9. They'll be 6-10. What are the Chargers anymore? Chargers ain't shit no more. Philip Rivers sucks as far as I'm concerned. That whole team ain't no good no more. So, 6-10. They did the right thing by firing North Turner, but it's going to take them a couple years to rebound. But 6-10. Oakland Raiders 4-12. Next season 5-11. Nice job, Carson Palmer. Raider fans, you can have him. That's all I can say. You can have him. We don't want him. 5-11 at best. Raiders ain't shit. Kansas City Chiefs 2-14. They'll be 4-12. And again, another team that don't mean shit to the NFL. Kansas City's been horrible for years. It's too bad because I remember when the Chiefs were actually really a decent team, but recently they just suck. 4-12 at best. Now we move to the NFC. Washington Redskins 10-6. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but the thing with RG3 is over, people. It's over. It's a one-year wonder in this league. Ask Cam Newton, ask Michael Vick. They'll all tell you the same thing. When you try to run around and dance around in that pocket, it's only going to last so long before you're either going to get hurt or they're going to make it to where you cannot do it no more. This ain't college, okay? RG3, I think you're a good player, but you got to be you can't run around all the time, okay? You just can't. You're going to get killed. As we've seen against Seattle, I mean, the Seattle defense just tore him apart. So 8-8. I don't look for the Redskins to do much next year. I really don't. New York Giants 11-5. That's why I think they'll be next year. They were 9-7 this year. The problem with the Giants is they fall apart in the second half of the season. Now they win the Super Bowl, so I'm not going to beat them up too much because when it comes to crucial time, they win. But for some reason, the Giants just have that bad slump of screwing up in the second half of the season. They'll go 11-5 and they'll win that division next year. Dallas Cowboys were 8-8. They'll be 8-8 next year. Look, I'm sorry. Tony Romo, it's time to move on. Jerry Jones, it's time to move on. Tony Romo is not the answer. He ain't going to do nothing for you. Dallas Cowboys 8-8. Philadelphia Eagles 6-10. They'll be 7-9 next year. It's going to take them a couple years as well. Andy Reid should have been fired years ago, but they finally fired him. Eagles, it's going to take them a couple years to rebound. 7-9 at best. Green Bay Packers were 11-5. They'll be 13-3 and win that division. Packers got off to a slow start and got fucked over one game this season against the Seahawks. No offense, Seahawks fans, but that was the most bullshit call I've ever seen. That being said, Packers will be 13-3 next year. Packers are just a great team. I like them. So, 13-3. Minnesota Vikings. Now, everybody's going to hate me for this, I know, but I really don't give a shit. Minnesota Vikings 10-6, 8-8 at best. The Minnesota Vikings are garbage, people. I'm so sick and tired up here of people believing that team is good. Do you realize, Viking fans, without Adrian Peterson, you're a 4-12 team at best? Christian Ponder? Christian Ponder? Please. That's almost as bad as Javaris Jackson. In my opinion, Dante Culpepper was the last quarterback in Minnesota that was worth there. Honestly. The rest of them haven't been worth the shit. And Brett Favre, one year fluke. But Minnesota, look, they're 8-8 without Adrian Peterson. The Vikings are a 4-12 team, easily. So I'll make them 8-8 simply because they got Adrian Peterson. But without him, they're nothing. That division's just too powerful. 8-8 at best. Chicago Bears 10-6. They were 7-1 at one point. They finished 10-6. They really fell apart, but I think they'll be 9-7, get a wild card spot. Bears are about a 9-7, 10-16. That's usually what they are. Detroit Lions 4-12. Detroit Lions were probably one of the most letdowns of the year. Everybody thought they were going to be great this year because they had a great season, and they suck. They were a one-year fluke. I tried to tell everybody that. No one listened. They were a one-year fluke. 6-10 at best. Lions ain't shit. Atlanta Falcons 13-3, 11-5. Matt Ryan's a good quarterback. That offense is powerful, but when it comes to the playoffs, it just seems like they just fall apart. I don't know why. They got lucky against Seattle. Seattle really should have won that game, but they got lucky. Atlanta Falcons, they'll go 11-5 because of that offense. Carolina Panthers 7-9, they'll go 8-8. Don't even matter. Cam Newton, look, same thing happened to him. What's going to happen to RG3? Next year, RG3 is probably going to suck, honestly, because that running around, Cam Newton did that one year and it worked pretty good for him. Now look what happened this year. You don't hear nothing about him. 8-8. New Orleans Saints were 7-9. However, they got off to a slow start, but they rocked the second half of the season. They'll go 12-4 and win that division next year again. I guarantee it. They will win that division next year. 12-4. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-9. They'll go 6-10. Tampa Bay ain't shit. They're nothing to the NFL right now. San Francisco 49ers 11-4-1. They'll go 12-4. They'll win that division next year. Myself question Colin Kaepernick, but it's working out so far. We'll have to see how the Super Bowl plans out. But the 49ers are just a great team. So 12-4. Seattle Seahawks 11-5. Seattle Seahawks are one of the most underrated teams in the league right now. I'm telling you. I think the Seahawks will tie the Niners next year at 12-4. I really do. And that being said, I like Seattle to go deep next year. They should have went deep this year, but Seattle's going to go deep next year. Seattle don't get no respect. I'm telling you, that team is good. Russell Wilson's a hell of a quarterback. Easily the rookie of the year, in my opinion. Well, it's between him and Andrew Luck. I don't know, maybe RG3, but I'm sorry. Russell Wilson, I think he's the rookie of the year, but 12-4, I like Seattle next year big time. St. Louis Rams 7-8-1, 10-6. I'm sorry, Jeff Fisher I think is going to get that team good. I think St. Louis is going to get a wild card. They won't win a division, but I'd like them to be competitive next year in that division. I really do. St. Louis Rams 10-6, Arizona Cardinals 5-11. They'll go 4-12 next year. Look, ever since Kurt Warner left, I said from minute one that team ain't going to be shit no more, and they suck. They started 4-0 and finished 5-11. I tried to tell everybody. Everybody thought I was crazy when I said it's a fluke. It don't mean nothing. I'm telling you, they're going to fall apart, and they did. So, there's your next year prediction. Love me, hate me, whatever you want to do. Subscribe, like, dislike. I don't really give a shit. I mean, I do. I like my subscribers. I like the support. But if you're going to come on here and whine and cry, I don't care. So, there it is, people. And stay tuned for more videos, and I'll bring you more entertainment because that's just what I do.